guys! Welcome back to my channel. My name is Meroy and I teach creative people how to sell their art online. And today's video is the Ask Me Anything Answers video from the middle of nowhere. And yeah, it's kind of weird because it's sort of like this place, Bansko. You have the middle of nowhere and your home and nature and the city center. And it's all the same place. So it is kind of weird. And I just want to show you how I got here because I literally walked 2.5 minutes from my complex to reach where I am. So just have a nice look to this beginning of the Ask Me Anything video while watching me walking all the way here from my complex. And so here I am, in the middle of nowhere, getting ready to answer your questions. I brought my laptop with me, and I uploaded all of your questions from the Google Forms onto my notes. I even, I think I sort of like arranged them because some of the personal questions were in the professional question tab and vice versa. And I'm just gonna start by answering them, I think mostly by category. We had several categories. It's sort of like, if you want to ask me something about what I do, if you want to ask me something about my personal life, if you want to ask me questions about YouTube, as well as if you want me to help you answer some of your professional questions. So I pretty much arranged them by topic. So we're going to go over them by topics, not by person. And if you didn't write down a name in your question, I have no idea who you are. And don't worry about embarrassing me. Like I said before, I'm just not going to answer if I don't like the question. I feel weird doing a video with sunglasses on. Is that better, guys? I feel like I'm blind now. By the way, guys, let me know what you think about this whole filming from nature thing. I was thinking that every video that I don't basically need to share my screen, I will do from the outdoors. Let me know if you think it's a good idea. We have the live chat somewhere around there. If you're watching this as a live premiere, there is a live chat in the corner. We can chat it up during me answering the questions, or you can reveal that you were the one who asked the question, which will be nice. If you're not watching this as a live chat, you can always comment in the comment section below, and you can check out my Instagram, may.arroyo, to make sure you do not miss out on any live chats. And you know what? I don't think I have a lot to say today in terms of like the beginning. So I'm just going to start by reading up some of the questions and answering them. So the first the first question in the form that you had to like submit was, for 1,000 subscribers, I promised to do an Ask Me Anything video. Are there any questions you would like to ask me about what I do for a living? So I think most of the questions were sort of the same around what exactly do you do? And there were a lot of questions about what do you do as a freelancer with Etsy shops. As I watch your videos, I catch a glimpse of what I think you do. It seems like you keep yourself very busy with YouTube, and I'm not quite sure how you're able to do more than that. I'm extremely happy that I found you on YouTube. You explain everything in complete details, and that is what I've been needing to help me push past the analysis paralysis. Oh, analysis paralysis. I love it. I love it. I also got like, what do you do for a living other than YouTube? Is being a digital creator the only work that you do? When did you start affiliate marketing? How did you learn to build WordPress website? What are your other side hustles? So, I'm guessing a lot of you haven't seen the first video that I made, because the first video was basically what I do for a living and why I started the YouTube channel. And I think that it's sort of like a process, because I started being an online freelancer in the middle of 2015. And it wasn't that I wanted to work remotely or that I wanted to set up my own business. My PTSD and my back got really bad, so I couldn't work. And I was basically home. And, you know, you still have to pay rent. You still have a lot of medical bills ahead of you. I wasn't even thinking towards getting disability or turning to the state with this. And I just needed, you know, money. So I basically took down some of my skills at the time, which were content writing, SEO marketing, like SEO content writing, digital marketing, a bit of graphic design and branding, and I put it in a WordPress website, and my business name is Quinja. I just repurchased Quinja.com because I let that website die. When I first set up that website, I remember I updated my LinkedIn profile to saying, you know, I'm a freelancer. And I got a lot of people from my connections on LinkedIn just telling me, you know, like, good luck. We might need you later on the road. And then people started asking me, like, who built your website? And the funny part was that I made this whole website about the services that I can do, but website building wasn't one of them. And so for the first, I think it was like year, I was just building WordPress websites for people who asked me who was my developer, which is kind of fun. And this is something that I still do to this day. I don't advertise it much. I still have clients who refer other clients to me, like who built their website, and I just do it. I'm considered fairly cheap in that niche and industry. I know a lot of people, like, you know, they charge like $6,000 for a website when I would charge like $2,000. And I just do it if I like the client or if I like the project. I don't really do WordPress websites for people I don't like. I know it might sound weird, but for a person with mental illness, like with PTSD, it's important to love what you do. Otherwise, you just won't wake up in the morning to do it. So one aspect of my work is building WordPress websites. During that time, I also had a Fiverr profile, and I've been doing affiliate marketing on my own as a side hustle when I was still employed since 2013. So I had this like blogs that I was posting and promoting, like stuff from AliExpress, stuff from Etsy. And when I started on Fiverr, I started doing like content writing gigs, as well as one of the gigs were to basically advertise an Etsy shop on one of my websites. So instead of waiting like for affiliate commission, I would write like a full blog post on whoever ordered. And honestly, I didn't post about every person who ordered. I gave a lot of people their money back. Like if they had a shop that had like bad reviews or their photos were not good, I didn't want to write down a post that would end up not leading to anything. And that website is actually still on. It's called thewomenteam.com. I haven't updated it in I don't know how many months. But there were long periods of times where I would be charging basically between $5 and $20 for a blog post. And some days, you know, you do like $15 blog posts, like $9 or $10, like 10 blog posts a day, which was really easy for me because it's just like, I don't know, like going to an Etsy store that sells jewelry and downloading some photos and writing about their beautiful jewelry. I felt, I think, so blessed that this is my job. And then I started doing Etsy critiques on Fiverr. I had a lot of experience working with, I think it's called consumerism psychology and e-commerce. And then I actively studied more about Etsy SEO. And I had a Fiverr gig that I basically give a person a PDF of like 8 pages about what's wrong with their store. And it was kind of nice because it was like a very affordable service, very cheap. It's like $15. It would take me about an hour to make one of those, which I didn't mind in terms of the money. I know that a lot of people who start off on Etsy, when they just started with a hobby, so for them, this is all they can afford. But for a lot of other people that were making money, I ended up getting gigs for like $1,000 or $900 to just do all the content for that Etsy store. Like, you know, please change all my listings yourself instead of telling me what I need to change. And that was going good as well. And I always wanted an Etsy store of my own. I'm a very crafty person. I love, you know, sewing and making jewelry. But because of the PTSD, when I'm in Israel, I hardly ever leave the house. So sending things in the post office was not even an option for me. And then I started doing printables. And I've had, I think, 30-something Etsy stores that I opened and shut down, mostly during low points when you just like, you hate everything, and the minute the store starts to succeed, you hate what you do and you hate everything and you're not in a good mood. I was not in a good place when I started my business. I think it took me a long time to get a handle of what I want to do. And I sort of found myself about a year and a half ago really loving, you know, affiliate marketing with my blogs. And I had several of them. I still have several of them. I think I have like 30 domains. I'm addicted. So I was doing affiliate marketing, and I also started Redbubble in 2017. So I was like more marketing it than designing for it because I had like 20 designs on forever. I was also doing some stuff on Society 6, and I was having clients from here and there. It was also some of the clients that I had. It's like I would have like a Zoom meeting with a client, and we'd basically be opening the Etsy shop together. This would be like 2 or 3 hours, and we'd upload several products together, whether it was print on demand or printables or whatever they do that is a physical item. And I would charge by the hour for that, and then give them homework, and then do another session a few weeks or a week after that, once they have uploaded all the other products themselves, to check out that they've done a good job on their own, and then go straight up into marketing tips, sort of like paid by the hour, ask me anything kind of thing. And I did that. I also did that with WordPress. I had a few clients. I think it was more in January. January 2020 was insane because I was making calls. I think my highest day was like 16 hours on call. It's like I had like 10 minutes break between each call, and it was very profitable. And I thank God that I had this burst of clients, and I was, you know, insane to take on basically like 5 or 6 different calls a day for building WordPress websites, for building Etsy stores, because then Corona came. And I think it was around March that I finished handling, I think, a few Etsy sellers from Spain, Italy, and France. That was usually my audience. In terms of writing their content in English, you know, doing content marketing and making sure that their Etsy store looks amazing. And I've had a lot of referrals from my previous clients. And I think March and April should have been like one of my most profitable months ever. But then coronavirus started, and I don't know where you guys are from, but I remember, I think it was the beginning of April, I started getting messages from my clients saying that they can't work on their Etsy store because they have to put their Etsy store in vacation mode because the post office is closed and everybody's quarantined and nobody's ordering anything. And I only had 2 other clients that were supposed to work with me that stayed on for smaller projects. And I was lost, confused, broke, and in Romania. And my flight home got canceled, and then I ended up coming with a rescue flight back to Israel. And what I've been trying to say is I've done so many things along the years. Like I sold printables, I sold coloring books, and I really think that I want to go back to selling coloring books and coloring pages because it's something that is a part of my art therapy. So I think it will be good for me. And I sold greeting cards, printable greeting cards. I've had affiliate blogs on home decor, on fashion, on babies. I have the Redbubble shop, and I somehow end up taking a lot of clients from like referrals, even though I don't have my own website. And I'm trying to, I just bought like meroy.com. You've seen it in some of my tutorials. So I am doing that, but it's going to be pretty much about the YouTube channel. It's more like a place to have like data, as well as like, you know, if you want to download a PDF, like guide throughs or stuff that I'm going to do. But I think that in January, I sort of made the decision that I want to start doing YouTube. And I had no idea how much YouTube would take out of my life. I really wanted to learn video editing, which is why I started doing YouTube, like one of the reasons. And I was really alone. And I think that when it started and it became so much fun for me, and I felt like I'm learning a lot, and I felt like finally having a connection with people, I decided to sort of forget almost everything else that I do. My Fiverr profile has been on vacation mode since January. I have not updated any of my blogs. I pretty much only upload to Redbubble when I need to do a YouTube tutorial on it, because I fell in love with this method of bringing in information, which is kind of funny because I'm basically, in the past 3.5, 4 months, I've been doing here what I used to do on one-on-one calls with clients. So to me, it was sort of a shift from doing one-on-one sessions and getting paid for it to filming and videoing and airing it out into the world for free. So I think about 80% of what I do these days is YouTube. But I knew that it would have to come to a stop at some point. Like, if it's not going to make me a full-time money, like, to live off, I would have to stop. And it's one of the reasons, actually, why I chose to come to Bansko, because it's so cheap here that I have that little extra breathing room in terms of whether or not this channel is going to make me money. So I'm less worried. So I have more time to do it. Plus, when the internet here is so fast and I'm feeling better. I know that you guys don't know this because my videos are edited, but a lot of my videos in Israel, I would have a massive anxiety attack because of, you know, random things. And making a video of 1 hour would take me sometimes 9 hours because just filming it would be 3.5 hours with massive anxiety attacks in the process and vomiting and seizures. And editing it later was so masochistic, watching yourself go through this. And it would take me ages. But here with the clean air and the good vibes and the good people and going out every day, I do these videos so much faster. So I'm at the point now that for the next few weeks, I want to enjoy that. I want to enjoy the free time that it gives me. I can make the same amount of videos, but have more time for myself. So instead of being in Israel, finishing a video and crashing, I finish a video here and I, you know, go out to town, buy clothes, have fun, buy secondhand clothes, it's cheap, have fun, meet some friends. And I think that for the next week or 2 weeks, I'm still going to do that. I'm going to keep doing on videos. And I was actually even thinking about taking maybe a week and doing all of the videos for this month and then going back to some of my other things. I'm also working on my best friend's Shopify store that we need to get started on working on. So that's another project. And a lot of other people have contacted me for Shopify stores as well. So I'll need to pick and choose. And if I had to say like what I do now, yes, 80% of it is YouTube. I'm looking into more, going back to affiliate blogs. I just need to find my niche. I really do want to find my niche within Etsy and keep that shop and not delete it in a massive anxiety attack. But what I mostly do in the past few months is YouTube instead of doing one-on-one calls with clients in the same exact topics, if that makes sense. And obviously I will keep you guys updated whenever I do new things. I'm working on an affiliate blog right now. I'm thinking about like doing like affiliate for coloring pages. So it's like a bunch of free coloring pages. And then the affiliate would be, you know, coloring pencils and coloring books. I'm a member of a few affiliate programs of places that sells books. So that's going to be that. And I hope that I have answered your questions about what I do for a living. Another big part here of this forum that I'm getting back to was if you guys want to ask me anything about your own professional journey. So let me just get started. How do you keep yourself motivated? Because I haven't made any sales till now. I think that keeping yourself motivated also relates to how much you need this to happen. I mean, if you're starting a Redbubble store or any kind of print on demand or Etsy printables because you didn't write down what you do, if you're starting this out and you need this money now, it's not smart. You're going to crash and burn. It's not. How I keep myself motivated is by having enough money to sustain myself when I want to do that little extra something that could take me time to make. And the biggest take in keeping yourself motivated is loving what you do. Because I feel like if I hadn't loved doing YouTube, if I hadn't missed that one-on-one thing with clients at that point, I wouldn't have done it. So if you don't love what you do, like I love video editing now. I'm playing around with it. I'm having fun with it, especially now. I think that I was afraid that after a few months, you know, lose motivation, but I haven't because I'm like at a new place. So it's either that you need to find out something that you like more or that you need to realize what it is that has been holding you back from sales. Because if you just keep on doing the same thing over and over again and not get sales, your motivation is going to die out. Motivation is not a good thing. I had a full video about motivation and burnout. I think you should watch it because motivation isn't the thing that should keep you going. Motivation dies. It's a lifestyle and a way of life that sustains you while doing anything online or doing anything in general. Okay, next up. Do you pay for ads on Etsy? I have a shop since this year in sales. I honestly don't know what I'm doing to be in this situation. I've tried Pinterest and other avenues. Okay, so I don't pay for Etsy ads because I don't really do anything with my store right now. But if I have to look back like a year or 2 years ago on different stores that I've had, I've always paid like $2 a day for Etsy ads. And I noticed that once I do that, I get more organic traffic as well. I don't know how you're doing Pinterest. I will make a Pinterest Etsy for printables, like tutorial soon. I don't know how you're doing Pinterest, but I do know a lot of people are doing Pinterest wrong by just pinning from Etsy and only pinning from themselves. There is a Pinterest Redbubble tutorial that might help you out. Just, you know, convert all the lessons there onto Etsy. And I don't know what other avenues mean. I do know a lot of people way too much, like give too much weight to Instagram marketing, even though Instagram is the lowest platform when it comes to like click-through rate. And I do believe that if you are doing it through Etsy, then good SEO work, better mockups, better photos, and good Pinterest work should be enough, plus a little bit of ads. Next up, I'm not sure if I want to set up an Etsy shop for print-on-demand gifts with photos or set up Shopify. I am not good in Instagram marketing, so Etsy traffic seems good for me, but I also don't like the competition there. I totally agree. Competition there sucks. And again, like I just said, Instagram is not that big of a ticket item. If you are afraid that the competition is going to be the one that's holding you back, don't open Etsy. I would say learn a bit more about Google SEO and open your Shopify store after knowing these lessons, because you can get traffic from Google, and do a lot of Pinterest and a lot of Facebook work. That would be my thing, because if you are always afraid to do Etsy, then I think it's going to be like this block that's going to hold you back. Also, if you want to do both, do both. I mean, you can start a Shopify store and start an Etsy store at the same time and sell the same thing and see what happens. I mean, there's a link down below for 40 free listings. If you open an Etsy store, just use it, upload 40 products. It's going to be free, and see how it works. I would really suggest that. Maybe like test it out. Next up. I don't know what to choose for Etsy printables. Coloring pages or wall art? How do I choose? Which one do you like more? Which one do you see yourself marketing more? I think that if you can make coloring pages, I would say go for it, even though, like, okay, so coloring pages are not really searched on Etsy, but people are still selling them because they are searched on Google, and also promoting them is a lot easier than promoting wall art. I mean, you can color it and you can make it beautiful, and it's a form of art. I would say this: if you are going to print out your own coloring pages, color them, and constantly upload colored photos onto social media, choose coloring pages. If that's not the thing, choose wall art, or just go with whatever you feel in your heart that you could be doing a year from now. Can I make a full living from Etsy or Redbubble? Like $600 a month? Yes. I know a lot of people who do that. I know a lot of people who do $10 a month. I know people who do $2,000 a month with Etsy, less with Redbubble. I do think that you can make it, especially if you can combine both. It's just about how you approach it. I really don't have a lot of information to go on. Okay, a very detailed question coming up next. I've been trying to make money online for years. Last year, I started uploading low-content books onto KDP. Made some sales, but not enough to pay the bills. I love using Canva and started learning more towards printables and found you. You have given me so many ideas, and now I have to narrow them down a bit. Oh, that's a tough one. I find myself not very focused on what I want to do because I want to do it all. I get it. I get it so much. I'd like to learn more about affiliate marketing and capturing emails, along with starting a YouTube channel. I'm more of an introvert, so I have been putting it off for a while now. Okay, so affiliate marketing and YouTube, they also sometimes go side by side. You could do them on a full-on personal scale, like for example, this YouTube channel, but you can also do them when you're totally absent. I mean, if you go to thewomenteam.com, the one I set up, I'm not there. It's like a magazine blog. And I think that setting up affiliate marketing as sort of like as a magazine, as a newspaper, and not as a personal blog might be a good fit for you. I don't know the topic that you want to do YouTube about. I know people who have YouTube channels with meditation music, or, you know, YouTube channels of illustrations while they're reading kids' books. So I don't know which ones you want to do. I get the whole, you know, too many ideas kind of thing. Oh, these sunglasses are killing me. I get the whole having too many ideas. I totally get it. And I wish that I could say something that will make you decide. But the problem is that even if I do, in a week, it's going to be the same again. I think that maybe try doing 2 or 3 things. Try narrowing it down to 2 or 3 things and watching what you need to do for each and every one of them. There will be an affiliate marketing video this month and more affiliate marketing coming up in the next few months. I trying to think about YouTubers that I know for affiliate marketing, but when I learned affiliate marketing, I wasn't really looking at YouTube. I think it's just about having a good website and having like good content writing. Learning a lot of Google SEO will help you out, as well as Pinterest, and trying to find a niche for your blog. Like mine is very general. Like the womenting.com is like shopping, but the reason why it succeeded making me money was because I was charging per the article. But you know, there are other niches you could go to, like pet niches and home decor niches and baby niches. And I wish that there was something that I could do to help you narrow this down a bit, because I feel your pain. I don't know who you are, but if you have a specific niche in mind for affiliate marketing, would you mind sending that to me on a DM on Instagram? Because if you do, I'll just make a video on that niche with affiliate marketing in June. And I hope that that helps enough. Another one. I have an Etsy shop that is going well. Cheers for you. But I feel not like what I want to be doing. Okay. I see these new items you posted, art of wear and dog products. Oh, dog products are good. And I feel it's more my thing, but I'm afraid to close that shop and lose that income. Okay, so first of all, you don't have to close that shop. You can take a new email address and open a new Etsy store. However, these two Etsy stores will have to be linked together. You have to like state in each and every one of them about the other. If that's not something that you want to do, start a Shopify store. I think that art of wear is especially more equipped for Shopify because it has larger volumes. And I know that it might sound like kind of not what I should be saying. Like, you know, if you don't like what you do on Etsy, keep going. But if that is something that is making you money now, and I don't know how much you need that money, keep it up. Keep the algorithm running. Keep updating it every now and again. If you have ads, keep running them. But also work on a Shopify store for your other things. That would be my advice. One more. Can you make more videos on affiliate marketing? I'm starting with this several months now, and I think I'm doing it wrong. I feel at AliExpress and use their banners with no results. Okay, so 1, there is an affiliate marketing video coming up this month talking in general. 2, there is an AliExpress affiliate marketing program video in June. And 3, you're not supposed to use their banners. I mean, unless you're doing like a content full-on website and just the side banners, you're not supposed to make a post with their banners. You're supposed to like dive deeper into each product. Try searching AliExpress for products that were reviewed with actual photos. Like, you know, you have these products where buyers uploaded real photos. So try doing that and use their photos as extra photos while actually writing down and literally describing their reviews, and try doing that as blog posts. And also try to find your niche, because just affiliating AliExpress and doing banners is not enough. I don't know your niche. You can DM me your niche on Instagram, and I'd be happy to help you further. Another question. How to deliver digital products on Etsy to my customers, and what are the steps for dealing with a customer from the first time they ask for the digital product? Okay, so clients don't ask for digital products. You just upload them onto Etsy, onto your listing. When you mark a listing as digital and not a physical item, there's going to be opening up a new tab down below. I have it in my stationery video. I have it in my greeting cards video. You just upload the files, and once someone buys it, the files are in their download folder on Etsy. Okay, so one last one from the professional aspect. It's a long one, guys. Hello, May. Oh, the sun is killing me. Hello, May. It's so much joy watching your informative videos. I'm in the process of compiling my artworks for a niche-based POD Shopify store, and I would like to know a few things. How can I know which POD vendor is the best fit for me, as each have different regions they operate from, and not all deliver to all countries in the world? Okay, order the products. Order them. That's the best way to know their quality, and I don't think you need to focus on all the world. I know a lot of Shopify stores that only sell to Canada, only sell to the US. Make sure you sell to major on cities and test out the products. That will be the most important part. I'm trying to analyze this in terms of product cost, but for now it feels like I should opt for Printify with premium subscription, as they have lower product rates and transparent shipping terms, though the shipping costs are pretty high. Check out the supplier that I reviewed last week that had this one. It's still with me, actually. I love it. So check them out. Like, try to test products, like try to test order some products from them, because their shipping prices are super cheap and they ship worldwide. I don't know which country my potential buyers will order from. That's easy. The country you will market to and ship to. You choose your potential buyers. It's not, you have to actively go and choose them. So you won't have potential clients from Canada if you don't ship to Canada. And I don't know, you won't have clients from Russia if your entire website is in French. It's It's about what you do and how you set it up. I would suggest focusing on main places, or if you're not a native English speaker, maybe focus on your country. It depends on the country. I mean, if you're German, for example, you could do like a print-on-demand German store. Secondly, I would like to know how many products POD vendors should one Shopify store limit to as a good business practice. You can have 10, you can have 1. It's up to you. It's all up in, like, you're the one who's going to have to deal with all these vendors if something goes wrong. You're the one who's going to have to know the like the quality of the product. So it's up to how much you want to do. There is no limit to how much you can integrate. But note that on Shopify, you only have like sort of like one shipping profile. So that might be hard to maneuver. I also would like to know what's the best way to promote the store and get sales in the first few months. Pinterest, WordPress, or paid Facebook or Insta ads. Okay, so I'm not sure what WordPress is doing here. The WordPress website tutorials that I've shown for marketing is for people from Etsy stores. On Shopify, you can have like a blog. So you can actually have a Shopify blog. It works as a WordPress. But I don't know what the best practice is. Okay, obviously Pinterest. And I don't know your niche. So it's kind of difficult. I do know that paying for ads, if your shop isn't perfect and your targeting isn't perfect, is going to just be a waste of money. So I wouldn't suggest, I would suggest to do Pinterest daily, 20 minutes per day, every day. On top of having a Shopify store with full on SEO work and blog. And start with Facebook ads, maybe at the beginning, and a little bit of Instagram non-paid ads, like just Instagram profile. And Vansco looks amazing. I know. Vansco is amazing. I would love to travel and work remotely someday. You know, if you're gonna have this print on demand, like set it up as your goal. It's not about, it's like, I always say, like, it's not about motivation. It's remember why you started. Put it as a goal. Put it as a goal to have a print-on-demand shop that makes you fully location independent, so you can work from anywhere. And it's not about motivation. It's about how I want my life to look like. That's what I can tell you. Moving on to any personal questions. I'm getting hot in here, guys. Do you consider yourself an introvert? Which do you enjoy more, designing, painting, writing blogs, or making videos? Any other skills you would love to learn? Okay, so I am not an introvert. In social situations, I'm what they call an intro extro, which means I would go into a party, and because my social anxiety from my PTSD will be so severe, instead of locking myself in the corner, I will be the life of the party, and I would touch everybody and hug everybody and be like all out there. I actually had a conversation about this with one of the nomads here yesterday. So I would be like all over the place and not talking and bubbly. And then when I get home, I'm like crashing. It's like it burns so much of your energy. But I don't think I'm an introvert. I mean, I think in a lot of ways I behave like an introvert in terms of, you know, some people, like I really like my time alone. But when it comes to, like, for example, relationships, like when I was living with my ex, like we can spend like 24/7 together. I don't mind. I need my space, I think, in my head or in my feeling, but not always in my surrounding, I guess. I wouldn't call myself an introvert. I would call myself a veteran with PTSD. So, no, I don't think I'm an introvert. And what do I enjoy more? Designing, painting, writing blogs. Writing blogs is something I do for money. It's fun, but it's not a hobby for me. I love painting. I don't do it just as much. I love designing. I don't do it as much as I want to. I think that once you put a job to it or money to it or monetize it, it stops being a hobby. My hobby is playing the guitar and singing and apparently being in nature. I didn't know I liked it so much before I came here. And I love video editing since I started. What other skills would you love to learn? Okay, so my next up skill, but that's not going to be now. It's going to be maybe in a year because, okay, so in December, it was basically, I either want to learn how to build apps or I want to learn video editing. So I chose video editing. So I'm guessing in about a year, I'll probably start looking into designing apps. That's something that I would like to learn. But I like your question. Next up, I appreciate your... I'm not even going to cut it out. I appreciate your transparency throughout your journey. Your personal matters should be just that, personal. It's none of anyone. Thank you. I don't know who wrote that, but thank you. Next up, you record your videos super early, so I'd like to know what time do you go to bed? I have PTSD, so I sometimes sleep an hour or two or not. A full night of sleep for me would be 4 hours. I also have, medically speaking, high adrenaline levels, so I need less sleep than other people. But then I can crash like after like 2 or 3 weeks. But some of my videos, I wake up way earlier than my videos because the videos that I'm making are like whenever I feel like I can speak. Now it's going to be different. Now I can film during the night because I can go to the co-working space when they have like the light ring and film from there. But even when I was waking up to do my videos at 6 a.m. in Israel, I would be up since like 1. I could go to sleep at like 11:30 at night and wake up at 12 and like half an hour later. And then, you know, if you wake up from a bad nightmare, you just don't want to go to sleep. So you just make coffee, make a cigarette, and just start working. I think it's why I love YouTube so much. Because like the research part, a lot of parts of the video editing, I can do like at pretty much any time. And it allows me to basically utilize the fact that I don't sleep much in a productive way. And not in a depressing way. Moving on. Why are you moving out of your homeland? Is it that you like traveling or it relates to expenses? Israel is famous for being expensive or something else. Okay, so Israel is more expensive. It's sort of like half the problem. The main problem would be that my PTSD is very severe in Israel because there are a lot of triggers. So like everybody was talking about Corona and they're locked in their houses. So when I'm in Israel for the past 6 years, it's Corona for me. I don't leave the house. I don't go to public places. I don't sit in restaurants. I don't meet people. I don't go to people. I don't use public transportation. I don't go to malls. I don't go anywhere. Like I've been getting so many clothes here. So one of the nomads here was like, why are you buying so many clothes? I was like, because I don't have any. Like the clothes I've had here were clothes that friends gave me throughout this last year. It's their clothes, their style, plus some very torn up clothes. Like all my socks were shredded because I just couldn't go to a store and buy socks without having an anxiety attack and possibly attacking someone else. So I don't leave the house at all in Israel. So I chose to leave Israel and have a life. So whenever I can, I leave, maximize whatever visa I can be on to just not be in Israel. And I finally got my Portuguese birth certificate, which means that I'll be going to Portugal at the end of this month or at the next month to go get my passport. And then I'm seriously thinking about making residency in Bansko because while I do move a lot and moved a lot in the past 10 years, I hate traveling. My dream is to walk home to the same home every day, go to the same supermarket, eat at the same restaurant, and like, I really want to design my apartment. I haven't had an apartment that felt like home in so many years, so I hate traveling. In which country was I brought? Israel. I was brought up in Israel, yeah. Relationship. That was the full question. I don't know if you mean like dating status, but I'm single. And I kind of feel like I've been talking too much and I forgot the fact that I actually had tea with me. This is so cool. I really do love it. I've been using it quite a lot. So I made myself some tea, the co-working space, before I left the house to film here. This is green tea with mint. I don't even know. It's amazing. The bottle is cold, but this is like boiling hot with like a bunch of sugar. This is so cool. I just can't help but feel so relaxed here. I think everybody should come to Bansko. Oh, bloody hell, it's hot. It's so hot. I'm gonna drink it later. Oh. So relationship, I'm single. I have a great relationship with my friends. A bad relationship with the people who are not my friends. And family, we're not that close. I'm close to my dad in the past few years. It wasn't always like that. It took a lot of work from both of our sides. But he's more or so my most immediate family that I speak to almost every day. And my grandma from my mother's side, who we speak, I think, like once a week. She's Bulgarian also. She's kind of nice. And that's pretty much it. not many relationships. Although the people here are very nice. The very nice people here. I like them very much. Okay, so next up. Hi, May. My question is about your PTSD. Huh, okay. About a month ago, my daughter was a victim of a robbery at her job, where she was stabbed 3 times. Oh, hard one. Stabbing is difficult. It feels... She's healing physically, but she's showing signs of PTSD. Yes, she has started counseling, and she's taking the right steps to heal. My question for you is, what does your family and friends do that helped you or was not helpful in regards to your PTSD? We want to be a great support system for her and not make this road she has to travel harder. Okay. First off, it's amazing that she started counseling now. I wish I had started counseling when I left the army in the beginning of 2009 because I didn't. And it erupted in 2015. And it's like living 12 years with PTSD, but only 6 years you actually have it. I don't know how to explain it. And it's been very difficult. And the things that my friends did that were helpful, I don't know. I lost most of my friends when PTSD started. I was the one who never leaves the house. Like my friends were like, oh, you shouldn't be home alone all the time. And I was thinking, hey, finally someone wants to visit me, but they didn't. Let's meet at the beach. You know, I couldn't open the door of the house without fainting. So a lot of my friends were not helpful. What was helpful for me was the Veterans Organization because we share, you know, this commonality. So maybe a PTSD support group would help her. I can tell you what doesn't help. Yelling at her to leave the house, getting angry, forcing her to eat. Just let her find her own path and have faith that she knows what she needs. And always being in complete on communication. And tell her, am I doing this wrong? Do you need something else? And listen. And I don't really want to say more because I feel like if I say more about the bad things that people did, it would sort of be to badmouth certain people online. So if you want to message me about this on Facebook, I believe that we are friends on Facebook. If you want to message me about this on Facebook and just hop on a video and talk about it, I would be happy to. And I'm not really talking about a lot of why I have PTSD or what I've been through in the army, but I understand the feeling. And if your daughter wants to talk to me, let me know. That's fine too. There is a Bulgarian person with 2 sheeps over there talking on the phone. So random. Do you not like living in Israel? Okay, we answered that one. In the near future, would you have a family? Like I said in a lot of my videos, I can't have kids. So no, I will never have a family. So next up, if you feel comfortable, what's the PTSD fighter? Okay, so PTSD is a condition, same as fibromyalgia, same as, I don't know, chronic fatigue. And a lot of the hashtags of like warrior or fighter means that you have embraced having this and you are actively trying to live your life with this. So PTSD fighter to me means that every day I deal with my PTSD in a way that will, like, I'm fighting to have a good life. I think that's what it is to me. I don't know why other people use that tag, but that's what it means to me. If you were a spice, what would you be? Salt. I would totally 100% be salt or cinnamon. Even though, okay, so I'd be salt because it's my favorite spice and I think that it's the spice you can't live without. But also I would say I would be cinnamon because I have like a deep-rooted hate-love relationship with cinnamon. I mean, it's like cinnamon is amazing in the right dosages. I think I would love to try and be a good cinnamon. This is so cool. I love this question. I don't know who sent it, but thank you. Okay, so being a part of the IDF, which is the Israeli Defense Force, was it hard for you as a female? And were you taken seriously by your male counterparts? Where do you see yourself? Okay, so, and where do you see yourself in the next few years in terms of work? Okay. The first one, I'll answer the second one. In terms of work, I hope I'm still doing YouTube full time on many things. Like I want to have like shop reviews. I want to have affiliate marketing. I want to have basically everything I know how to do. And if I learn app development, I'm going to have app development videos as well. But that's what I see myself doing for work. I love YouTube. And as for being taken seriously, oh, dude, half the men from my unit, I think, were like always like, I'm scared shit of her. I think that it depends on the people. Obviously, I think I was lucky to serve with a group of men. Most of my unit were men, and they were amazing. There was no like bad mouthing because I'm a woman. We were more women even, but yeah, half the men of my unit, I think, in some point told me that they're scared shit of me. So I'm small but crafty. I was not taken serious by some of the people we dealt with, and I think like, and a part of my role was escorting prisoners, and a lot of the men prisoners don't take you seriously as a woman, and I think that me physically dealing with them sort of helped take away any doubt from the men of my unit. But no, I wasn't, even by my commanders, I was doing missions made for men sometimes. So no, everyone took me seriously. I didn't have that problem. And moving up to questions about YouTube. When you do a live premiere, can you see who's watching, or you just see the number of people? Just the number, guys. I don't know who's watching unless you comment on the live chat. What software do you use for editing your videos? Imovie. Came with a Mac. And did you learn editing by yourself? Yes, it's so easy. I actually started to Google, like, how do I cut a video on Imovie? How do I add music on Imovie? How do I add a photo on Imovie? And just did it. And also, you know, play my favorite game. What does this button do? It's pretty awesome. How can one start a YouTube channel if the individual's background is oftentimes noisy? Like this noise that, I don't know if you know, is a cow. It's cows with bells on them. Just walking in this terrain, and I'm kind of starting to feel scared right now that I'm here, because there are a lot of cows here. Oh my God, there are a lot of cows in here behind me. How did I not see that coming? Oh my God. This is so creepy. If I see a cow, like, I'm happy it's not a live video. You can see like a cow kill me or something. So we're going to wrap this up. Okay, so if your noise is always, if there is always noise in the background, go to a quieter place. But I do a lot of noise reduction from iMovie, which works on a lot of things, but doesn't always work on everything. If the background is just noisy, maybe go and record it somewhere else. I don't know, because sound is really important. Really, really important. I want to start a YouTube channel for reviewing products and doing affiliate marketing, but I feel like all products I see are too expensive for me now. What to do? Start with AliExpress. The best thing about AliExpress, also Etsy, the best thing about their affiliate programs is that if you recommend a product that you ordered and someone orders something else, it still counts. Like, you get your commission from the platform, not from the individual store. So if you order like a $2 USB drive from AliExpress and someone goes in and they buy other things, you still get commission. So I would start with AliExpress and Etsy. Another one, I know you are now monetizing your channel, but why not ask for donations? I've seen people on YouTube do like this whole buy me coffee stuff with a website that is called with Koji. I don't know. I would look into that, but I sort of feel like weird doing it because my whole point is doing like a free thing. What do you think, guys? Should I do like a donation thing? Like buy me a coffee? Let me know what you guys think. And if you think it's a good idea, I'll start it up. I don't think I would start it up as myself because I never thought about it, but honestly, thank you for suggesting it. That's amazing. And for the last part of the form, which is anything else you'd like to add, I don't like reading compliments out loud. I just would like to say out to whoever thanked me for what I'm doing. Thank you for being here, for listening. It's very hard to be on this side of the camera, whether we're talking about personal things or private things. I think sometimes it's harder when I'm talking about like professional things, because I think like if I'm talking about something personal and nobody cares, you know, nobody knows you. But if you're talking about professional stuff and nobody cares, it's like, am I not that good at it? Or, you know, it's sort of like this self-doubt or, you know, imposter syndrome. So I would like to thank you all for actually participating in this, sending me your questions and watching the videos and sending me questions and DMs and commenting. You guys mean more to me within this journey that I can explain. I was I know it might sound weird if you're just watching this video, like as a first time watching this channel, but I've been talking to so many people on DMs who also started, you know, these online venues as a way to move away from PTSD, from fibromyalgia, from chronic conditions. And you guys make me feel less different than my immediate environment does. And thank you all for your DMs, for your support, for your questions, for your inputs, and for not feeling alone in this crazy, crazy world. With that being said, there are shop review videos coming up this month. So I will leave a link down below to the Google form for shop reviews. You can go ahead and check it out and submit whatever shop that you have. I'm thinking about keeping the Ask Me Anything link, like the form, still on, and maybe do another one in a few months if there are a lot more questions. And that is it from me for today. If you've seen any of my videos, you know exactly what I'm about to say right now, because the live chat is going to go away in 3, 2, 1, and I will see you in my next video. Bye, guys.